even with commissioners and courthouses with riots wanting to take down a flag and other things. And Lord, I thank you for that great American flag right here in the middle of our courthouse. We celebrate America. 250 years you sustained her, and we sure need you doing that right now. But I'm grateful to be here with these folks sitting in front of me right now that have a heart for this community, for our state, for our nation, for the foundation of it. I just pray you'd lead them. I pray you'd bless each of them and their families as they give us leadership. Do the same for our city council, mayor, and others. Thank you for those that step up and take positions that aren't easy, not always popular, but I pray you bless them. So I'm just thankful for that today, for our community. I'm grateful too for 75 degrees today. As I drove down here, Lord, it's been a lot hotter. We just thank you for that. For the rain we've gotten, we ask you for more. We give you the praise for all that in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Grant.
Thanks, Grant.
Let's do roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell,
Present.
Commissioner McFall,
Present.
Commissioner Grantham,
Here.
County Attorney Bellis,
Present.
Assistant Administrator Sutton,
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Victoria.
Present.
I also would like to note we have two special visitors in our audience today. A couple of former Fremont County Commissioners, Ed Norton and Larry Lasha, are both with us today. So good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Approval of today's agenda, I have one minor addition. Under the consent agenda, the resolution approving the SRU for Diana's Pumpkin Patch from February 19th of 2026 will be resolution number 18.
Madam Chair, would you like a motion?
That would be great.
Move that we approve the agenda for today.
Second.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I was waiting for more of that. Sorry.
It has been moved and seconded to approve today's agenda. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham,
Aye.
Commissioner McFall,
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Up next is our consent agenda. I would like to note we are not scheduling a public hearing with this one. We are, however, ratifying a chairman's signature on a Fremont County Public Health Agency statement of work with the state of Colorado.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve today's consent agenda. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall,
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham,
Aye.
Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We turn next to administrative and informational topics. We begin with staff and elected officials. We will start this morning with our budget and finance officer, who also serves as our assistant county administrator. We turn to Sean Sutton for a sales and use tax report. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Yes, as Commissioner Bell said, I'll be going over the monthly retail sales tax and auto use sales tax for this month. To get started, retail sales tax collection for general fund June 2026 totaled $989,000. Let me get this up for you here. So you can follow along with me here in the room. $989,065. This is $80,653 more than 2025. Year to date, we sit at $4,835,753 collected, which is $259,537 more than 2025, and we are ahead of budget by $585,753. This was maybe a little unexpected. We've kind of been monitoring the retail sales tax, and obviously our busiest months historically have been the months of June, July, August, and September. So this was a good number, obviously, that came in. Could be related, unfortunately, to some inflationary factors and potentially maybe even the fire. With additional fire, people coming in from California, stopping through Fremont County, some of those residents from Beulah and surrounding areas coming to Fremont to spend their dollars. So With that, I don't know if you have any questions or comments on the retail sales tax, or if you'd like me to continue.
Just one really quick question. I believe you had said yesterday, didn't you mention that the collections for June were the highest single month ever recorded for Fremont County?
That's correct, Madam Chair. Yeah, it is a historical month, really, for sales tax collection.
And completely unexpected.
Completely unexpected.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next is the auto use sales tax collection. This is for July 2026. Totaled $138,849. This is $36,530 more than 2025. Year to date, we sit at $864,125. This is $1,150 more than 2025. And year to date, we sit at $124,021. So again, kind of following the pattern that has developed here in 2026, is up one month and down the next. So kind of hoping to buck the trend here in August. The next report is maybe not going to come up here. Sorry about that. Technical issues on the lodging report fund, but I do have that here in front of me. So June is a quarterly collection for the lodging fund, which totaled $106,140. This is $15,768 more than 2025. Year-to-date collections, we sit at $194,939, which is $12,245 more than 2025, and $14,939 over budget. So again, relating to potentially the fire, those hotels being filled up with some evacuees, and I guess potentially some of those firemen that came through here too. Next is the Sheriff Retail Sales Tax Collection Report, which for June totaled $659,377. Again, this is another obviously historical month because it follows the general fund retail sales tax collection portion. This was $53,769 more than June of 2025. Year-to-date collections sit at $3,223,837, which is $173,027 more than 2025, and remain ahead of budget by $223,837. The last report is our sheriff auto use sales tax collection. So for July, totaled $92,566. This is $24,353 more than 2025. Year to date, we sit at $576,085, which is $767 more than 2025, and ahead of budget by $80,252. So overall, Commissioners, pretty good report to deliver this month, and look forward to what July will bring.
Yeah, unexpected all the way around. Any comments or questions for Sean?
Yeah, we keep saying unexpected, but it's a good thing. I mean,
It is a good thing.
It's pretty amazing what's coming in. We're worried about tourists not showing up because of the low amounts of water in the river and that type of stuff. And I think we still have tourists coming, not to mention the fires that brought some unexpected tourists, you might call them, but it's a good thing. So, yeah, it's great. Thanks, Sean.
Yes, thank you, Sean.
Okay, well, I'm going to have Sean move right into the county administrator's report.
Yep, thank you. Again, I guess this is the Sean portion of the meeting. So appreciate that.
Your time to shine, my friend.
Here I am, yes. So Fremont County has the following job opportunities posted. To begin with, Fremont County Department of Transportation has an assistant supervisor, which closes on August 24th, 2026. And then our Fremont County Sheriff's Department has a master control officer, which closes next week, August 18th, 2026. For more information about employment opportunities with Fremont County government, please visit our county website at fremontcountyco.gov or call our HR department at 719-276-7409. Fremont County Department of Transportation, just wanted to let you guys know that we are conducting roadway striping throughout the county, and they are currently working in the Oak Creek grade area. Roadways will remain open while they conduct the work with the use of pilot vehicles and signage to alert the traveling public. Please use caution when traveling in these work zone areas. We appreciate your patience and cooperation as our crews work to maintain our roadways and keep them safe for all our citizens. Next message is from our Fremont County Department of Public Health. Beginning in August and continuing through the end of the year, the Fremont County Department of Public Health will open at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. on the last Thursday of each month to allow for staff professional development. For additional information or questions, please contact Public Health at 719-276-7450. Next message is it's back to school. So for those parents and students and teachers, just a friendly reminder that the first day of school is quickly approaching. I know I've got 2 students heading back to high school actually today. And for all Fremont County districts, which means school buses will be picking up and dropping off children in our community. And obviously have additional vehicles on our roadways early morning, during lunches and afternoons. So please slow down in those school zones and watch for students and teachers in those crosswalk areas throughout Fremont County. And then lastly, just to inform everybody, Fremont County Employee Appreciation Picnic. This is always a fun event that we hold, and actually, when I say we, it's the elected officials, and we'll be hosting the annual Fremont County Employee Appreciation Picnic next Wednesday, August 18th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the lower level of the County Administration Building. This annual luncheon is just one way the elected officials show how much they care about the staff who work here at Fremont County. The elected officials look forward to seeing each and every one of you at this special event. That's all I have today, Madam
All right,
Chair.
thank you so much, Sean. Questions or comments for Sean?
Nope, thank you, sir.
All right, let's go next to elected officials' reports. Commissioner McFall.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know it's not for us, it's for some other people in the room, but that's great that everybody's here. Just want to mention real quick, the fair was a week ago. It was over almost a week ago now, but we had a really good fair, I think. That started off the rainy season, which is normal. It never rains until we have a fair. And it didn't continue, but hopefully it will this weekend. As Grant mentioned earlier, we need that moisture out there. But the fair turned out pretty good. We had a lot of individuals that had projects within the event center. There was a lot of open entries, which means anybody in the county can enter into those, as well as the 4-H kids, FFA kids. The animals, they were down a little bit on numbers of the animals, I think, but they still had a really good livestock sale for those kids. It looks like there was 72 animals sold for $188,192. That's down a little bit from the last few years, but the last few years have been extraordinary high too. So it was still a pretty good auction to help those kids finish off those projects and get them ready for either college or the next year's project. So it was good to see all the participation in that, and hope it just continues to grow out there. We've got a great facility for the fair, and it seems to be catching on if we can just get more people in the county to come and participate with their events and stuff, whether it's baking or pictures. What is it? What are those blankets? What are they called? Quilts. There we go. Thank you. Obviously, I don't do quilting, but it's a pretty neat deal, way to enter your projects and see what you can do. It costs you a little bit to enter, but if you get a ribbon, it's not just a participation ribbon, you get some money back. So that's kind of cool. And then the only other thing I have is, I've had this Smokey the Duck sitting up here for several months, and I think he's going to kind of be a permanent fixture there until we get a whole lot more moisture and we get out of this drought we're in. We're in an extreme drought in most of the county. It shows little spots where it's a severe drought, which I don't agree with. We're in extreme drought. And it's dry. Every time lightning starts flying around, it is starting fires, but it is scary that it's going to start a fire. So I just encourage everyone to be very careful out there. Our road department is about quit mowing because they didn't want to scrape a rock and throw a spark. That's how dry it is. I look at watch duty every morning just to see the fires. If you look across the western part of the United States, but in Florida as well, there's fires all over the country, and it's because it's dry. And people can do a part to stop those fires from happening because a lot of them are human caused. So just do our parts out there. Ones with lightning, we can't help those. I was talking to a fireman yesterday, and the big Aspen fire up here, those trees are dry because we've been in a drought for so long. And there were a lot of trees that were burning, not because fire got to them, it's the heat was so hot, they're so dry that they were combusting because of the heat. And that's happening a lot in these mountains because these trees are so dry. And then the fuel's in there too. So anyway, keep your heads up, keep your fire low, and be careful out there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Grantham.
Well, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
Just a quick reminder, we are in that time of year, of course, where we are getting ready to work on our budget, as is all the counties across the state. And so just a reminder on that, I know we have people beating down the door to come to all of our budget hearings. But if you'd like to participate in that, of course, they are public meetings, and we would welcome your participation and input and presence. On the flip side of that, we are approaching this time of year where we start wringing our hands over the next legislative session as well. And so we will start seeing some of the potential legislation start getting out into the public, and what they intend to do to harm us this year. And so we will, of course, do our part through our partners across the state and with Colorado Counties Incorporated to keep you up to speed on what we're hearing as far as what the legislative session may be looking like starting in January. And that is it, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you. I had a couple of things on my agenda to speak about this morning, but you've pretty well covered everything. I would just like to add a footnote to Commissioner McFall's report about the fair. And it is such a great event, not only for the kids who are in 4-H and FFA, but also, as he said, for the adults who choose to participate. We love the fair and we love 4-H so much that we were there as commissioners, but as individuals to support those kids. And we were bidding on animals, and we were buying animals and writing checks out of our own pocketbook, because we really do believe that it's like 4-H is the best organization for kids that there is. So moving forward, just decide now you're going to grow some flowers next year, or you're going to quilt a quilt. You could bake some cookies. There are probably 500 different categories for anyone to enter in the fair. So take a look and decide what your project will be next year. All right, anything else from anyone up here? Okay, moving on. We now have the time for citizens who may wish to address the commissioners on a matter not scheduled on today's agenda. We value our public and enjoy hearing what you have to say. I do know that we have Charlotte Burrows, who just served as the Queen of America's Parade, and Amy Hiltbrand and Jim Sheridan, who also helped organize. I believe you would like to step to the microphone for a moment. If you would please come forward.
Get that sash on.
And the crown. You can't forget the crown.
Backwards. There you go.
I may need your help.
There we go.
Okay. That light's green, so it must be on, right?
It is on,
Yes,
yep.
it's ready to go.
Okay. On behalf of the America's Parade Committee, we would like to present this trophy to you because your float won, what
The Community Spirit Award.
the Community Spirit Award. And we really loved your float. It was great.
Did a great job.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. It was quite a surprise for me to find out that we had won something, but we do have a couple of photos up here.
Who's that guy?
I'm not sure who that is, but certainly we can get a better picture of someone.
I doubt it. No wonder we won.
So I would just like to mention that Commissioner McFall and I were able to ride in the parade, but the decorations were also a huge thank you to Commissioner Grantham. He helped provide all of those. And Michael Kroll, our emergency manager, not only drove the truck, but he helped us decorate. And so I would like to ask all four of us to come down and see if we can get a picture together.
That means you too.
Are we all ready?
This is her fun.
Sir? I would say as commissioners, we do participate in a lot of floats, and this is the first award we've ever won that I'm aware of, so I was quite surprised, but it was a pleasant surprise.
Did you see that picture?
Right here, this one, that is a great picture right there. So I think we may have to decorate up again for the upcoming parades as well. It is America's anniversary all year long, so. Okay, we do have another speaker who would like to step forward and address this board. Will Colon has something to say to us. Good morning, Will.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and it's such a lighthearted meeting you guys are having today. I hate to be the one that casts a dark shadow, and I hope that's not the way it's interpreted.
Okay.
But I feel it's necessary for me to bring to your attention that our homeless population has exploded, and you guys are all aware of where my property or my family's property is, and we are being overrun. And normally I'm used to that because until recently I've had the right to run people off and do things. But apparently things have changed in Denver, and I hope that someone will be elected to go and do something about that. But I've had lots of contact with the Sheriff's Office and the Canyon City PD, and they used to talk. And I don't know if there's a beef between them or what the deal is, but years ago we had this conversation, and I spoke to you and at City Council, and there was a relationship that was developed between the sheriff and the sheriff and the chief, and they talked about having a quarter mile of overlap because nobody exactly knew where city limits begin and county, and I know that's funny, and I don't have a problem finding it, but apparently some people do. And they're very confused about where that is, but that MOA seems to have disappeared or not be taught anymore. And there's some concerns about, oh, that's county, or oh, that's city. And I don't have time to wait for an hour for an officer to show up. After the last few days, I've been told that I'm wrong for running people off my property. And I don't have the right to do that. And I think you guys should know that. That's what officers are telling me. And because the city and the county are not talking, when one writes an individual a ticket or trespasses them, it doesn't go into the system, and the city can't go and find out what the county's done, and the county can't go and see what the city's done. And I find that very odd. So either I'm being lied to by officers, or they're not doing their job, or they're not communicating. And it needs to be fixed because I spend an ungodly amount of time running people off, and I'm running out of ways to do it because my rights are being taken. I was accused of assault or harassment last night because of me running off homeless people. And when they come to take me away, I'm calling you three because I will not put up with that. It's my property. They're doing damage to me. If anybody's being assaulted or anybody's being harassed, it's me. And because I work 7 days a week, I only work with days that end in Y, and I pay taxes. The people I'm running off don't. They don't work. They don't pay taxes. They don't have any contribution to our society whatsoever, in my eyes. Now, I'm not going to say that all homeless people are like that, but the ones I'm dealing with are. They're not going anywhere. They enjoy camping every night on my property. And I really would like you guys to look into getting the Sheriff's Department and the Canyon City PD together and communicating, because my property is right on the line, okay? And if the deputies and the PD can't communicate, that's a problem. And when I'm told that I'm the aggressor, I feel that's a problem. My property, my home. I don't think that I should have to be accused of that. And all I get told is because of the politics in Denver, they're changing that. They're giving the homeless more pull than I have. And I have a huge problem with that. And I'm not going to change the way I operate my business and operate my property based on what I'm being told by the sheriff's office. So I'm going over the top. I tried to talk to the sheriff today, but he was unavailable. But I wanted you guys to know I'm not going to put up with that on my property. I will run people off how I see fit. And if they assault me, I'm going to assault them back. Okay? So I would love it if you guys would look into it and get the sheriff and the chief to shake hands and figure out what their MOA is, understand to their, or make their officers understand that they can, it doesn't matter if it's in city limits or not. It really doesn't matter. And when I have officers show up and go, well, is it in the city or the county? Who cares? You guys are here. Fix the problem. But now I find out if it's the other way, if I'm the aggressor, it doesn't matter then I get written up. Now, I didn't get written up last night, but I was very close. And you guys all know me very well. You can imagine how that went down. So all I'm asking here is that you guys look into it. And I don't want to cast much more of a dark shadow on such a lovely meeting that you guys were having. Any questions?
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, unless you're in here telling us, and this is instructive for everybody that might be listening or here, if somebody doesn't come and tell us what's going on, we don't see what's going on down there at your place. So thanks for letting us know.
Well, the population has exploded in the last few
Has
weeks.
it? Okay.
We have known for years that we have a lot of homeless, but this is the first that I've heard that it's gotten this bad. I personally have heard no one defending inaction as saying, well, it's coming from Denver. We're not going to do anything, because clearly that's not how we feel about personal property here in Fremont County. And so, as Commissioner Grantham said, we'll see what we can do.
That would be great. So you guys know, you guys have, and I believe it is in the city, but there is a camp in the middle of a street. But it's in the city, so that's not your problem. But just thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Will.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Will.
Anything?
Will, are you going to be around this afternoon?
I never get to leave Canyon City.
Are you going to be where I can come talk to you?
Got my number?
Yep. Okay,
I'm somewhere.
thanks.
All right, is there anyone else here who would like to rise and speak to this board for any reason that's not on today's agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will move on. We have no old business today. We have several items of new business. The first one is a really fun item, and so, Will, you didn't bring the room down much. We're going to bring it right back up.
Thank you.
The first thing that we have for new business today is a very special proclamation naming August 19th of 2026 as Richard Baker Day in Fremont County. So I would like to invite Mr. Baker to step forward, please. We became aware maybe a month or so ago of some very special awards that you recently won, and we would like to let the public know, but we also would like to honor you and to recognize you for those awards. And so we have a proclamation here that I'm going to read. We'll begin there, and we have your awards up here that we're also going to show. Maybe we can get shots of those on our cameras. And then we'll move on from there. So this is a proclamation recognizing Richard Baker for a lifetime of achievement in aviation and designating August 19th of 2026 as Richard Baker Day in Fremont County, Colorado. Whereas Richard Dale Baker Jr. logged his first solo flight on October 31st of 1968. And whereas Richard Baker has been a resident of Fremont County since June of 1971, and a service member and veteran of the United States Army since he entered service in December of 1971. And whereas Richard Baker has been a fixture at the Fremont County Airport for more than 50 years, having flown for recreation, served as a pilot for several local companies, served as airport manager, and served as a technical expert and consultant. And whereas National Aviation Day is celebrated each year on August 19th, the anniversary of the birth of Orville Wright, who with his brother Wilbur were pioneers of aviation, and is a fitting and appropriate day to honor Richard Baker. And whereas the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award, shown here, is the Federal Aviation Administration's highest honor for certified pilots, recognizing individuals who have demonstrated professionalism, skill, and aviation expertise through more than 50 years of safe flight operations. And whereas the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award, shown here, honors aviation maintenance technicians who have completed 50 years of exemplary service in aircraft maintenance, upholding the highest standards of safety, technical proficiency, and dedication to the field. And whereas Richard Baker has earned both the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award and the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award, an extraordinary dual distinction achieved by only a select few in the aviation community, including only 38 in the history of Colorado. And whereas throughout his lifetime, Richard Baker has exemplified excellence in aviation, contributing to the safety, innovation, and advancement of aircraft operations and maintenance, and serving as a mentor and leader to countless pilots, mechanics, and other aviation professionals. And whereas Richard Baker has consistently demonstrated a thorough understanding of federal aviation administration regulations, ensuring compliance with evolving standards that govern safe and responsible flight. And whereas Richard Baker's commitment to professionalism, regulatory expertise, and operational excellence has set a high benchmark for all who serve in the aviation community. And whereas during his tenure as manager of the Fremont County Airport, Richard Baker developed and implemented a 10-year plan for growth, taking advantage of grant funding opportunities and strengthening relationships between Fremont County and the FAA. And whereas Richard Baker has continued to contribute to the success and growth of the Fremont County Airport by managing the construction of new and state-of-the-art hangars and facilities, which have increased capacity, use, and revenue for the benefit of the airport and for Fremont County. And whereas Richard Baker's decades of service, dedication, and passion for aviation have brought honor to Fremont County and stand as an inspiring example of commitment to craft, community, and country. And whereas it is fitting for Fremont County to publicly acknowledge Richard Baker's outstanding achievements and express gratitude for his lasting impact on aviation and all those who have benefited from his knowledge, skill, and mentorship. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Fremont County, Colorado, hereby recognizes and honors Richard Baker for his lifetime of achievement in aviation and designates August 19th, 2026 as Richard Baker Day in Fremont County, Colorado. Be it further proclaimed that the Fremont County Commissioners encourage all residents to join in celebrating Richard Baker's extraordinary contributions to aviation and in recognizing the significance of his accomplishments.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I got two people I'd like to recognize, two Air Force Academy graduates, 1979, 73, and 2003, Ryan Riley from Florence, Colorado, Thunderbird Wing number 2. Would you please stand, please? Both of you. Then I have some other friends here too. So anyway, thank you to the board and Madam Chair.
We also have our current Fremont County Airport manager with us this morning, I believe, who might like to step forward and say a word or two. So,
Okay.
Wes, I would invite you to the microphone, as well as anyone else who might like to step forward at this moment and speak.
I've probably known Mr. Baker 22 years. He hired me, the county. We worked together 15 years or so. He's taught me a lot over those years. He's been a great mentor. And I would like to publicly thank him for the opportunity he's given me. I wouldn't be here without him. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else here? Oh,
Thank you, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning. Just wanted to say thanks for, taking the time to recognize Dick Baker. He's my first boss. I started working for him in high school, and it was nice to see in the award that you noticed that all the mentorship he's done for a lot of folks, and I'm a product of one of them. So just wanted to say thanks for doing that. And Dick, it's about darn time.
Thank you, Commissioners, for hearing me. Dick, you deserve all the accolades because of your dedication to aviation and to people. Yeah. A fellow Hoosier, we grew up together in Indiana, but we ended up in Colorado, and we fly jets together. Congratulations, Dick.
That's awesome. So before we step down to present your awards back to you as well as your proclamation, let's go ahead and do a motion to accept this proclamation.
Madam Chair, I move that we accept this proclamation recognizing Richard Baker for lifetime achievement in aviation and designate August 19th, 2026 as Richard Baker Day in Fremont County, Colorado.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve this proclamation naming August 19th of 2026 as Richard Baker Day in Fremont County, Colorado. I would simply say before we take the vote, thank you for what you have done here in Fremont County. Coming in as a new commissioner, experience with an airport is certainly something that none of us have ever had. Other than we go to the airport, we go through the line, and we get on an airplane and we go somewhere. But you welcome us in when we come in. I know as a new commissioner, you took me out there, you took me through your airport, you even gave me a ride in your jet, which terrified me, but I survived it. And so I remember those early days as well, going to Denver for the meetings with the FAA and the Colorado Association and all of the different things that you helped us achieve here in Fremont County. And I think our airport at great lengths has you to thank for what we have here in Fremont County today. So I would just like to say thank you.
you're welcome.
And just to pile on, Dick, thank you for all of your years of service to this county and to the industry. We look at these awards, and just to get another look at that, and the other one that Dwayne has over there, these are, it's hard to probably frame it correctly, since a lot of us in this room probably aren't in the aviation industry. But these are big deals. These are big deals for awards, and the recognition that Dick has gotten through these awards, probably can't overstate it as someone who is not in the industry, but way to go. Congratulations, sir. This is huge. And thank you for your continued commitment to Fremont County and the improvement of the airport. Dick is always around. Dick is always working on stuff at the airport. And just a side note, Wes, I don't know if I've ever heard you string that many words together at one time. I'm going to have big expectations for you now from this point on. But Dick, thank you very much, and congratulations, sir. Thank you.
Anything?
Yeah. Just real quick, Dick, I just kind of want to pile on there too, since everybody else is, but coming in as a new commissioner, you actually took me to a meeting. We talked about that coming down the steps a minute ago, and I was impressed about how people around the state recognized Dick for what he was doing then, and then he continued to do it and still continues to do it. So congratulations, man. You deserve it all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one thing real quick, again. And Dick's work for the industry and for our airport never was limited to just here. My 8 years up in Denver, Dick was a fixture up there, especially towards the beginning of the session, advocating for the aviation industry and the airports across this state, including ours, with the legislators up there. So thank you for that as well, Dick. Thank you.
All right, let's do roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right.
Oh, get that.
I was going to try to keep it.
Yeah, they're lined up.
Come on, Richard, smile a little.
Kevin, we had some good time.
That's good. All right, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Those boxes.
See, well, I told you that was going to be fun. Our second item under new business today is another proclamation, and for me this is very interesting because I don't actually remember ever naming a day for anyone or any particular reason, other than like, you know, a suicide prevention day or something like this. But we have another very specific day that we're getting ready to do. This is a proclamation naming August 11th, 2026, today, in fact, as Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence Day here in Fremont County. And for this, I would like to ask Rick Gutierrez, who is our Director of Fremont County Department of Public Health and Environment, to please step forward. Good morning, Rick.
Morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Before I read the proclamation, I want to take a brief moment to provide some context. Prior to the establishment of any containment on the north side of the Aspen Acres fire, Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence was in a vulnerable position. Although situated outside of the evacuation zones, these types of facilities have to plan ahead considering all that's involved in the movement and placement of their population of residents. As someone with a background in emergency preparedness and long-term care settings, I recognize the level of preparedness that went into their response. I've been told that since the 24 fire, the staff and the residents of Bruce McCandless have worked together to plan and practice for potential evacuation due to the extreme fire danger that we have experienced this year. As a result, these efforts set an example of what good work looks like in the industry and should not go unnoticed. I take pride in having the opportunity to read the following proclamation. So, whereas the safety, dignity, and well-being of our veteran senior citizens and vulnerable residents are among the highest priorities of Fremont County, and whereas on July 6, 2026, the dedicated leadership and staff of Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence responded swiftly, professionally, and compassionately during the Aspen Acres fire requiring the evacuation of 63 residents, and whereas through careful planning, teamwork, and unwavering commitment, the facility successfully relocated all 63 residents while maintaining continuity of care, protecting their health and safety, and providing reassurance to residents and their families during a time of uncertainty. And whereas this remarkable accomplishment reflects the exceptional dedication of the facility's administrative staff, nurses, certified nursing assistants, support staff, transportation partners, and all others whose coordinated efforts made the evacuation possible. And whereas the actions demonstrated by the employees of Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence exemplify the highest standards of public service, emergency preparedness, professionalism, compassion, and commitment to the residents entrusted to their care. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to recognize the extraordinary efforts, resilience, and selfless service displayed by the staff and leadership of Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence, whose actions brought honor to their profession and served as an example of excellence throughout our community. Now, therefore, I ask that you let it be proclaimed by the County Commissioners of Fremont County, by the virtue of authority vested in your board, that August 11, 2026 is hereby designated as Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence Day in Fremont County, and that the residents of Fremont County are called upon and encouraged to observe this day by recognizing and commending Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence, its leadership and staff for their outstanding emergency response and successful evacuation and return of 63 residents. May it be further proclaimed that this recognition serves as a lasting expression of the county's appreciation for the courage, professionalism, and compassion demonstrated by Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence, and with best wishes for its continued services to the residents of Fremont County. I know that you say that it's a little bit different than most proclamations, but I do think that given what I've said about what the level of work that went into this and what they did for the residents, it's important to acknowledge that. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. So who do we have here who would like to step forward today?
You got a bunch of them, so they're all being
They're all looking at each other like, you're sure.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all. Thank you, Rick. And
Would you introduce yourself, please?
yes, my name is Barbara Moore. I'm the administrator at Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center. And this event was a little scary to say for sure, but we had tremendous support from the Colorado Department of Human Services. It was not our facility standing alone. We worked together with our sister facilities across the state, as well as local facilities here in Canyon City to help us place all of our residents safely. We had assistance from our partnerships with the transportation, and everyone was brought to their temporary locations. We deployed staff and supplies and medications, and we cared for them for 11 days before we brought them back home. So we were very happy to be back home. We had a wonderful welcome home party, and the Division of Regional Centers helped us transport everyone back home. So again, just very fortunate to have all the partnerships that we do have. The Fremont County Public Health Department was on site with us right at the very beginning and throughout the process, checking in, making sure that we had the things that we needed and that everyone was kept safe. So thank you, Rick, and I want to thank all of our staff. We have staff here, our plant manager, our safety manager, our director of nursing. We have our marketing and communications person. We kept everyone informed, residents, staff, families, of everything that was going on step by step. And it's with this team and many more back at the facility, as well as our leadership from the Department of Human Services. We have Michelle Barnes, our executive director. We have Minna Castillo. She's also our deputy executive director. And we have Aaron Wester, our office director, and Ryan Bermude, our division director. So we got a great team here. This is a wonderful way for us to recognize our residents because they were the most impacted by all of this. And so thank you so much for this moment. It's very wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, don't go anywhere, you two. Stay here for a moment. First, I would just say congratulations, Barbara, not only to you, but your entire staff, your entire team. I understand that you were absolutely prepared for this event. When an outsider like me looks at something like this, I cannot imagine the level of expertise, knowledge, and especially logistics that had to go into something like this. Because moving 63 people with all of their needs, along with medications, with wheelchairs, with other walking aids, with the special needs that they have, their limited mobility, I can't imagine what that would have had to look like. And yet Rick was reporting back to us almost hourly and telling us how incredible the team was, how smoothly everything went, how everything was anticipated, and it just went like clockwork. And so I congratulations. Today I think is well deserved for you and everyone that you work with out there. Thank you.
Very much so. Thank you for the exemplary work during the crisis. I mean, as Debbie said, the preparation was obvious and being ready for something like that. So thank you for doing that for the community and for the residents out there. And not just in this, but every day, you and your staff, everything you guys do. So thank you.
Yeah, again, thanks to all of you for taking care of our heroes out there like you do every day and being prepared for this. It was interesting listening to Rick and how prepared you guys were and how it took a while, but it was kind of a smooth transition, it sounded like, because not only did you transport the residents, you also took the staff with them, right? Understand to care for those folks. Yeah. So they didn't miss a beat as to what was happening with them. So that's pretty outstanding, and you guys do deserve to be here today. Thank you for all your work. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a motion and approval, and then we're coming down for another photo op.
Well then, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the proclamation naming August 11, 2026, today, as Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence Day in Fremont County.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve this proclamation naming August 11th of 2026 as Bruce McCandless Veterans Community Living Center at Florence Day here in Fremont County. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right.
One more time.
Got you.
We probably need to. Hey, just direct us and tell us what we need to do. Look great. Okay, everybody, big smiles, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You have to shorten your tether.
We only have a couple of quick things.
Right.
We do have a couple of other quick things, I think, that we're going to buzz through, but would like to let you all know that you don't have to stay for the meeting if you would prefer to head out now.
Oh, please stay.
But it is really cool to have you all here. All right, our next item of new business is a minor subdivision number 26-001 for the Free 11 minor subdivision. This is requesting approval for a minor subdivision that will create a total of 2 lots located at 1115 Fremont Street in Penrose. I believe we have with us this morning Travis Jenkins.
Commissioner,
No?
I have not seen Travis in the crowd.
Okay,
However, this one's not too contentious. I don't,
Okay.
it's your guys' call if you'd like to push it or hear
I
it.
believe we can go ahead and hear it.
Okay.
If this was a public hearing, I would feel differently.
Absolutely.
Not as a public hearing, though, I think we can go ahead and take care of this business. So, all right, we will turn then to our staff. Dan Victoria, Director of Planning and Zoning, for his report.
Doing the best I can.
All right, thanks.
Hello,
Thanks,
everyone.
Dan.
This is a minor subdivision. It's 26-001, Free 11. This was heard on Planning Commission, or by Planning Commission on July 7th. Travis Jenkins was going to be, or is the applicant. His request is for the approval of a 2-lot minor subdivision located at 1115 Fremont Street in Penrose. Both lots exceed the 4.5 acre minimum, so development requirements are covered for lot standards. Lot number 1 fronts on Fremont Street, and lot number 2 fronts on Fremont Street and 11th Street. Fremont Street is a county-maintained roadway, whereas 11th Street is a non-maintained roadway. The one item we noticed, which I'll elaborate on a little bit later, is wherever possible, the depth of the lot should not be greater than twice its width. Both of those lots do not meet that requirement, but again, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Utilities for the lots are not an issue. They can have all of their services. Both lot 1 and 2 are currently vacant. The applicant requested a deferment of the drainage plan until the time of development on both lots. And he was requesting a variance from the Fremont County subdivision regulations for lot 1 and 2 due to Appendix 1, Section B, number 10. And again, that's that wherever possible, the depth of the lot should not be greater than twice its width. The lots exceed by just over 2 feet. So I think this is an easy one. For comments received, the Fremont County Building Department, there's no violations on the property, and for the parcel, a septic permit has been issued. Right now, I don't know which lot that will land on, but it will comply with regulations. DOT states that the applicant must obtain that access permit as always, but the DOT says from Fremont Street. We're not asking for any roadway improvements on 11th, which is unmaintained. So Fremont is maintained, so we ask that access is taken from there. Other than that, DOT is pretty standard stuff. If there's any water, any issues, they just don't want it coming out to the roadways. Keep your sight lines clear, that kind of stuff. Planning Commission heard this application on July 7th and voted to approve the application with the requested waivers and contingency items. With this being said, the Planning and Zoning Department recommends approval with the following: the approval of waiver request number 1 and 2, and again, that waiver request number 1 is the drainage plan and report, and waiver request number 2 is the Appendix 1, Section B, number 10, length versus twice the width. As a contingency item, have the surveyor correct a few red lines on the plat, and have a surveyor add the note about the drainage plans for lot 1 and 2 to be deferred until the time of development. It probably would make sense to include in this approval about these 2 lots fronting on Fremont were maintained as well. When I was reviewing this, I'd probably be more comfortable with that on there.
That should probably be a condition, yeah.
Yeah, I would feel comfortable with that. So, and that's it. This one's pretty easy.
Okay, thank you, Dan. I would note that I also think this isn't a real complicated issue before us, and just let folks know we do have the entire application in front of us, which is 71 pages long, and so it really does answer most of the questions that we have. But I will ask my fellow commissioners if you have any questions or comments.
71 pages. It's relatively short.
It is a short one, yeah.
The big ones are coming.
The only thing I would just add on to the second waiver request, just a reminder for folks, this doesn't come up that often. And like you said, it's only 2 foot out of compliance. This is intended to prevent those people from splitting these lots into, 50 foot wide by a mile deep kind of thing. And this is obviously not anywhere near that kind of thing. So that's why we talk about doing the waivers in these sort of situations. So.
All right, anything else? Any questions?
Need a motion, if you're
All
ready.
right, any motions?
Madam Chair, I move to approve minor subdivision 26-001, free 11 minor subdivision, with the following approval of waiver number 1, which is a drainage plan and report until building. Waiver number 2, appendix 1, section B, number 10, which is a waiver possibility for the depth and of the lots should not be greater than twice the width, with 2 contingencies: registered land surveyor to correct additional red lines, as well as a surveyor to note on the plat the drainage plan for lot 1 and 2 was deferred till time of development, and the building site specific drainage plan will be required, and then a condition that all accesses will be applied for off of Fremont Street.
Okay.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded to approve this minor subdivision number 26-001, the free 11 minor subdivision located at 1115 Fremont Street, including the 2 waiver requests, the 2 contingency items, and the 1 condition. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Our final item of new business today is the reappointment of Dan Brixey to the Fremont County Board of Appeals with a term that will expire on August 1st of 2029. I believe Dan has served several terms for us already on this board.
Yeah.
And I think he does a fine job. He is requesting reappointment. We don't typically reappoint people without their wanting to have that happen to them. So just as a side note, before we do a motion here, I would just note that we have many different opportunities to serve Fremont County as a volunteer. Here, not only do we have things like Board of Appeals, we currently also have a couple of seats available and open on our Fremont County Planning Commission. So if you have any interest in helping your county out and serving in such a manner, please go to our website, fremontcountyco.gov, and go to How Do I, and then apply for service with Fremont County. So, all right, with that, I think I'm ready for a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we reappoint Dan Brixey to the Fremont County Board of Appeals with the term expiring August 1, 2029.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to reappoint Dan Brixey to the Fremont County Board of Appeals with a term that will expire on August 1st of 2029. Further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, we have no further business to come before this board. We are adjourned.